Ventus doesn't start off as the ready-made hero we see in Birth by Sleep. Way back in Union Cross, he's just a regular kid carrying a huge responsibility without really understanding its weight. He lives in Daybreak Town and is part of the Dandelions, the chosen ones meant to escape the big Keyblade war that was coming. Picture this, a shy boy with a pure heart suddenly thrown into a much bigger plan without even remembering what came before. And that's the first real-life parallel. How many times do we wake up to life without any clue who we really are? Ventus is already carrying a crack inside him without knowing it, an ancient darkness, a rejected piece hiding deep in his chest. It's not his fault, but it's still his. It's like existence already shows up fragmented. That darkness doesn't stay quiet. By the end of Union Cross, we find out it took control of him for a while and used his body to do things he would never have chosen, like the tragic incident with Strelitzia. Ventus wakes up feeling guilty, confessing things he didn't actually do, and that hurts like hell. He's not the villain, but he feels like one. This is where the idea of the shadow that Carl Jung talked about comes in, but in a simpler way. That part of ourselves we hide because we don't want to look in the mirror. Ventus carries this literally inside his heart. He doesn't come into the world complete. None of us do. We show up with pieces we accept and pieces we push away, pretending they don't exist. Then time jumps forward, and somehow, thousands of years later, Ventus ends up as Master Yehenhort's pupil. The old man sees exactly what he needs in him, a heart of light so strong it could be separated from the darkness. Yehenhort rips out the dark side, gives it form, and names it Vanitas. Done. Ventus is left pure, but empty. Vanitas becomes the opposite, the hate, the anger, everything the boy didn't want to be. It's like how as adults we try to cut out the ugly parts of our past, the fear, the jealousy, the weakness. But cutting doesn't fix anything, it just leaves a hole. Now training under Eriquis alongside Terra and Aqua, Ventus lives in this illusion of lightness. He trains, laughs, makes friends, but the emptiness is still there, waiting. His identity isn't given by where he came from, it's built by what comes after. In Birth by Sleep, everything explodes. Yehenhort forces the showdown at the Keyblade graveyard. Ventus versus Vanitas, light against shadow. They clash, create the Keyblade, and Ventus's heart shatters for real. He falls into a coma, his body sleeping in a secret chamber, while his heart flees into a young Sora on the Destiny Islands. It's both beautiful and cruel at the same time. To survive, he needs someone else's heart. Sora, without even knowing it, shelters a piece of Ventus for over 10 years. Meanwhile, Ventus's body just sleeps. It's like sometimes in life we have to hide inside another person so we don't completely break. We lose ourselves to find ourselves later. Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 go by, and Ventus stays there, dormant. We don't even see him, but he's present, even in dream drop distance, when Sora dives too deep into the sleeping worlds and the darkness starts truly invading him, the kind he didn't have immunity to yet, unlike Riku. Ventus's heart reacts on instinct. From deep inside Sora's chest, where it had been kept all this time, Ventus offers what he knows best, his own Keyblade armor. It's like he's saying, "I've got you covered." The armor appears around Sora, trying to shield his heart from the knight's attack. It's a beautiful, pure gesture from someone who's still fragmented and unconscious, but still chooses to protect. Here we see the idea again. Even when we feel broken or absent, we can still make a difference for the people around us. The shadow doesn't disappear, but the desire to bring light keeps working. Only it doesn't work as planned. The darkness is too strong, and what was meant to be protection turns into something else. Ventus's armor ends up possessed by the nightmare. It becomes the armored Ventus nightmare. At the end of the game, when Riku enters Sora's heart to save his friend, he has to fight this distorted version, a dark armor, purple and black, using the Kingdom Key in the reverse way Ventus used to. It's not Ventus being evil on purpose or some conscious manifestation of Vanitas. It's his rejected side, his shadow, showing up right when he tries to help. The intention was good, protecting, but the internal crack lets the darkness take advantage of that exact moment of vulnerability. Riku has to fight the armor to free Sora. He breaks the nightmare, the armor shatters, and the path to Sora's heart opens again. It's a powerful moment. Sometimes, to save your friend, you have to face the hardest thing your friend carries inside themselves. Even while asleep, Ventus shows that our shadow doesn't stay still. It can try to protect, but it can also get in the way, precisely because it hasn't been integrated yet. This part in Dream Drop Distance fits perfectly into Ventus's bigger journey. From Jungian Cross through the split that created Vanitas, the coma, taking shelter in Sora's heart, and now this indirect attempt at defense that turns into a confrontation. It's like life is saying, you don't fix your contradictions just by sleeping or hiding. Sometimes, even when you want to do good, the part you reject still shows up and has to be faced by someone else, or by yourself later. And that's exactly what sets the stage for his awakening in Kingdom Hearts 3. When Aqua finds his body and Sora returns his heart, Ventus doesn't wake up as a clean hero. He wakes up knowing, even if only intuitively, that he's already tried to protect, already failed, and already been possessed by a shadow more than once. True integration only happens when he stops fighting Vanitas as an external enemy and recognizes that both sides are part of the same story. In real life, it's similar. We try to protect the people we love with our best intentions, but sometimes we drag along our unresolved insecurities, our unhealed fears, our rejected parts, and then the shield becomes a burden. Growth comes when we stop pretending that only the light protects and understand that accepting the whole shadow, the part that protects and the part that hinders, is what lets us truly protect, without cracks the darkness can take advantage of. From the beginning in Jungian Cross all the way to his awakening in Kingdom Hearts 3, Ventus' story is exactly this. We don't come into the world whole. We come in cracked, with parts we reject, with darkness we didn't choose. The real journey isn't erasing Vanitas. It's accepting that he exists. It's not pretending we're only light, only goodness, only what others see. It's building who we are after discovering the cracks. In real life, maturity doesn't come from turning into a perfect version of ourselves. It comes from sitting with our contradictions, with the parts we're ashamed of, and saying, okay, this is me too. Ventus doesn't win by fighting the shadow. He wins by integrating it. And in the end, when he truly wakes up, he's no longer divided. He's whole. Not because the darkness vanished, but because he stopped pretending it wasn't his own. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, share it, and leave a comment to help boost my work's engagement. And I got an important announcement for you guys. Fabula Grim is coming soon.